Today I'm going to give you all the details about the upcoming legendary identity experience. And it's no longer what it was. I'm going to give you the background from what place I'm coming from, what led me here. And what a ride, I will say. What a freaking, in a good way, ride. The last few weeks I did experience not only a paradigm shift, not only a identity shift, evolution, it was everything. I believe, I felt, I know I was consolidating more than 10 years of work, not only physical work, but also nervous system wise, emotional, and some things that you're gonna feel, you're gonna see in the coming months. Okay, when it comes to the identity, the legendary identity, we had planned an event on September 14, doing this like a one-day whole event, and then doing the virtual on September 16, a 6-hour event as well. But like I mentioned before, during the last 3 weeks, I felt not only how everything was changing, how everything was consolidating, but I felt the sensation of, not only the sensation, but the urge, the initiation, and if you know me, I'm a manifestor 1-3, to not only check every single piece of my life work, but really analyzing it from this new lens. And legendary identity was not this deception. When I've immersed myself into the experience, I felt that it wanted to be expressed at least in this specific season from a different angle and in a different form. We decide to move it. Instead of being 1-day experience, it's gonna be a 3-week experience. 3 weeks with me. I don't even call it a program. It's gonna be an experience, the legendary identity experience. 3 weeks, three sessions of 2 hours, where we're gonna go through a process. I do have a process, a method, if you will, where we're not only working in the identity that is going to hold your next level, but we also go deep when it comes to trauma healing, nervous system regulation, because those are going to be the allies that are going to help you to hold the new, that are going to help you to feel really in tune with that new identity that you're going to choose, that is going to prevent the self-sabotage and the inner push and pull. You know what I'm talking about, that one day we feel like $1 million, the other day we feel like hell, and it's because we are in the middle, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And with those allies working in the trauma, disentangle ourselves from all experiences, from all energy, integrating the new identity, working on the nervous system. And I'm not going to say that is no work. It's a lot of work. But if it called me to be expressed in 3 weeks instead of 1 day, and it felt really fucking right. And here's the part that also allowed me to explore this new leadership within myself. I didn't wait for the next round, and I mention this because maybe if you are like myself, you are offering products, services, programs, experiences to your clients, and in the middle you feel like I'm being called, or you are working in yourself, and the program, the experience, it doesn't feel 100% right. And sometimes we like, oh, but I already announced it in one way, and people they will think this, they will think that. And what I would suggest you to do there is to be true to you and to the woman that you are right now, and change it. And the people that are going to feel called to the new expression, they will come. And the people that are not meant to be they're not meant to even like the new expression. So we're starting on September the 2nd. And like I mentioned before, are going to be 3 weeks, 2 hours each week of deep teaching and integration, because I think those are married in the information, the teaching, and the integration. 21 days, 3 weeks. It's just chef kiss. It felt really, really right. And I want to mention as well, I want to clarify something, because there are so many programs becoming here, the identity this, the identity that, and I'm not against no one. But what makes us different is that we're not coming from a book, we're not coming from another mentor, we're not coming from the 1, 2, 3 step. Well, we do have a method, but I'm coming from experience. I have to be really transparent with you. This is the 7th self-image identity shift. I'm going to mention some of the ones that I went through, specifically in the last 10 years. One of the major ones was when I went from 200 pounds, size 15, XXL, to 110 pounds, size 00, and size extra small. And this occurred in 7 months. And now, almost 11 years prior to that, after that, I'm still sustaining those results and getting better and better. Another big identity shift was when I went from the dental place, receiving $11, $12 per hour, to becoming an entrepreneur. And I'm not going to say that it was just flowers, but when I went solo on my coaching business, in the first weeks, I attract $30,000. And people were saying that business was hard, that you have to that I was charging for 4 weeks back then in 2021. For my group setting, it was $1,500, and then I charged for 6 months $10K. And people were saying that they were like a high ticket price, whatever. And I was just like, that feels right. And I was attracting people that were reflecting that, because I was acting not from a strategy that, of course, that is part of the game, but I was acting from identity, my identity shift. It was feeling, my nervous system felt safe to receive that. And of course, I was not pretending, I was not just affirming, I was acting. And that's why I did attract those results. And as well, that 2022, I went from, I think that was the year of just pure learning. But from there, I was able to adopt a new identity that allowed me not only to move myself from situations that really strong situations, and I did mention those in another video, but those allowed me to refine things within myself that I teach, that allow me to see how important is the nervous system when it comes to a change, how important is to understand if there's any trauma, that if there's any situation that is still lingering in the system, in order for us to move in our businesses. And it's amazing to see not only the progress, but all the codes that now I do have within myself. And I mentioned this for the second time. I'm not coming from a book. Oh, and of course I do have great mentors. I'm always with a great mentor, but I'm not coming from someone else teachings. I'm coming from my own, my own refinement. And this is what I'm bringing specifically for this specific experience, the legendary identity. Imagine 3 weeks, and this is for the woman who you're not new in the game. You already know about most of you already know about identity, nervous system, trauma, and all that. But the piece that you want to reform is the integration. And when you do that, the business, the bank account, your clients, everything will change. And I'm not going to say that it's going to happen in one day, because we have different gestation periods, if you will. But it will happen. It's no longer a guessing. It's no longer I'm wishing, I'm waiting. You're no wish, you're no wait. You do the work. You do the integration. and the rest is just an effect. And of course, there's plenty of action. I'm not going to say that you just be here and then everything is going to come. No, there's action, but it's going to be aligned action that is going to pay off. If you feel that this is for you, you can send us a DM with the word legendary, and we can give you more details about the investment. And like I said, it's going to be, the first session is going to take place on September the 2nd. It's a Tuesday. It's actually one day before my birthday. Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, one day before my birthday. It's going to be really, really nice. Anywho, with that being said, have a beautiful day. And of course, the new banner, the new image is going to come this afternoon of tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that. Thank you.